Good morning, Trojans. Today is Monday, September 21st, and it's a B-Day.
I'm ready, Rody.
I'm Ben Lenio. On today's program, we have an update about fire and smoke with Kenyon Grant, as well as a new segment, Quarantine Hacks, with Sydney Doyle. But first, the news. Welcome to Trojan Broadcast News. Last week's top local story was private schools in Sonoma County were preparing to have students meet in person, but they will have to meet state and county guidelines first. In national news, Ruth Bader Ginsberg has passed away. She was a judge for 40 years, 27 of them as a Supreme Court justice. She was known as a person who fought for gender equality. Her death will likely polarize politics even more leading up to the November election. And finally, in international news, the top story was there could be life on Venus. Scientists have reported a chemical in the atmosphere, and the only explanation for this chemical is there's something alive producing it. That's all for the news. Now for the school announcements.
Hey Ben, do you like music?
I love music.
Then you and any other student who likes music would probably enjoy the Name That Tune game ASB is hosting. Songs will be played over Zoom and you'll answer questions on Kahoot. The game is on Thursday, September 24th at 12:30 p.m.
If you have any questions, email Nicoletta Johnson to join the Zoom. Check on Instagram, the Petaluma High School Instagram account, and individual classes accounts will be posting the login code and password to join the Zoom. ASB hopes to see you there, and we at TBC wish all the competitors the best of luck.
In other announcements, are you planning on attending SRJC after high school? Make sure to participate in the SRJC Jumpstart program and have your parents attend the informational night on Thursday, September 24th at 6 p.m.
If your parents are Spanish speakers, the meeting will be at 7, not 6. The first students' information meeting in October 1st at 12:30 p.m. These sessions will be over Zoom, and links will be posted in the Class of 2021 Google Classroom. Contact your counselor if you have any questions. Now to Kenyon for an update about the fires and smoke.
Today I'm giving a quick update about the recent fires. As I'm sure you all know, there have been some terribly smoky skies recently, making it dangerous to go outside. Some days, the sky even looked a deep orange. Luckily, the skies have been clearing up recently within the past week. Although it may seem clear outside now, some fires are still burning, so be sure to stay inside if you smell any smoke. As you see in this map, there are large red spots representing hot spots and orange areas representing a fire perimeter. This means the fires are still dangerous, whether they're still burning or it's just smoky, so don't be planning trips to these locations. Other than that, the fires are dying and the sky is clearing, so now is a great time to go out and get some fresh air. 6 feet apart, of course. That's all from me. Stay safe.
Thanks, Kenyon, for that information. Now to Sydney for a very insightful video about time management.
Hello, Trojans! Today I have a very special episode of Quarantine Hacks for you. I'm especially excited to say that this is one of our first groovy segments of the school year. I'm also excited to show you all my mini microphone because I think it's awesome, and I hope you all think it's awesome because, it's so cool. Today we will be discussing what you guys can do at home to better manage your time efficiently during the difficult situation of distance learning. We know from experience that procrastination and time management is really hard, and don't worry, that is why we are here to help. We have a few very special guests with us today, including Meg Rawson and Miss McClellan. Hello, Meg. How are you today?
Hello, Sydney. I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
I am good. Thank you so much for joining us today. Since you have some lovely experience with distance learning at PHS, do you think you could tell us a little bit about what you've done to manage your time with classes and schoolwork?
Yeah, for sure. I think just the biggest part of it is actually getting to it. I think this year's distance learning 2.0, as we're calling it, is a great schedule by forcing pretty much forcing the kids to sign on to class every day instead of like what it was last semester for my sophomore year, where most classes were just one a week. But having school be more an everyday thing has been great. I think just making sure to continue that. What I've found to be super helpful is kind of continuing the school day from when we officially drop off from 12:15 to working until about 3, and just not letting myself kind of leave other than a short lunch break as if it was an actual school day. Like, it makes you get more work done.
Gonna take a slight pause.
Okay.
There she is.
Okay, sorry, I don't know where I cut off. Internet's a bit unstable. Sorry.
It's totally okay.
As it is with distance learning. But I was just saying, it's just easier to keep on working and just don't let yourself stop, or else you're not going to want to get back to it. And if you think about it, going to 3 is just the same amount as a regular school day. So it's not that much of a difference. And it's just getting all of your homework done in the time that it would take for a normal school day.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us today. We very much appreciate it.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Now, how about we move on to Ms. McClellan? Hello, how are you doing today?
Hi, Sydney. It's good to see you from a distance today. So I'm doing well today. Thank you for asking. It's Friday and the air is nice and there's sun shines out and it's the weekend.
Lovely. I'm glad to hear that. I love Fridays too. Now, I know this must be a very stressful time for you, but since you've worked with so many students, do you think you could explain a bit of what you've seen them struggling with when it comes to time management, and do you think you could share some tips and advice on what those students can do to resolve those issues?
So, have I been seeing students that have been stressed out and disorganized and lack of time management? Absolutely. I think that's probably been the biggest hurdle that I think a lot of students are going through during this first period of distance learning. I know we're just finishing up a grading period today. I think that while it's nice that students get out of school and their Zooms by 12:15, they have the rest of their day free of lots of unstructured time. And for a lot of teenagers and even adults, that doesn't work. I know for myself, I do better when I have like more going on in a day. So anyways, some tips that I would recommend for students to kind of keep themselves more organized and aligned during this period would be to chunk out and calendar out the rest of your day as though you're in school. So, when your Zooms end at 12:15, take a lunch break, try to, get away from your phone for a little bit and away from screen time. But then I would say that, have students set up maybe like 1 to 2, they're going to work on their first or fourth period class, and then, take another 15-minute break. And then the next hour work on their second or fifth period class, take another 15-minute break, and then use that last hour to work on their third or sixth period day, just to kind of keep things balanced. Of course, some students do have, extracurriculars, they have part-time jobs, but still trying to create a routine and actually pretend as though they're in real school and have that time, I think helps them to do a lot better. Another recommendation I would say is that teachers are available from the 1 to 3 time slot. So sometimes it's helpful just to make an appointment with the teacher, just to say like, hey, I just want to check in on this English assignment. This is what I'm doing, right? Because sometimes it's nice, and plus you can build that one-on-one time with your teacher from a distance. And then the last piece of advice I would say is, I know it's really hard, especially right now in this day and age, and especially as teenagers, but as much as possible, trying to get off your screens once you're done doing your schoolwork. I know the temptation's there with Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok and all the other social media factors out there, but if you can, especially right now while we have good weather, get outside, go for a walk. If you go for a run. If you have a dog to take for a walk, if you can do something physical every day and just kind of break up the screen time, I think that's really, really important. For myself personally, I actually put downtime on my phone so that at a certain point each day, I stop looking at my phone, stop looking at screens, and just try to read an actual physical book.
Thank you so much, Ms. McClellan, for those very insightful words.
Thanks, Sydney. Have a good day.
For all you peeps watching, I hope you have learned something new about what you can do to better manage your time during distance learning. I hope you all have a very spectacular day. And thank you both so much for your wise words. We really appreciate it. Now, let's get back to our anchor desk.
Thank you, Sydney, for those great tips on how to handle time. That's it for this week's program.
Stay safe out there, Trojans.
This is Trojan Broadcast Channel, and
Make it a great day.